There were dozens of companies that were also trading with the Hitler regime. There were companies in Canada, there were many companies in the United States. Standard Oil continued to sell petroleum and refinery goods and services to the Third Reich right through the war. But Hitler understood about the internal combustion machine and refineries and petroleum before he ever made a deal with Standard Oil. Ford and GM, of course, produced cars, but Hitler knew how to drive a car. There was a department store in Great Britain that sold uniforms to the Hitler regime, but Hitler knew how to sew a uniform. But IBM was in a special position. IBM controlled by monopoly its technology. It was the holder of the magic of tabulation and data processing. They controlled 95% of the marketplace worldwide, and they litigated against anyone who tried to horn in on their profit stream. As late as 1942, IBM was suing printers in Germany for trying to print punch cards that were compatible with IBM machines. Throughout the late 40s, the early 40s, during the wartime years, IBM was suing Bull Company in France to prevent them from selling machines to the Third Reich. Only IBM could provide these machines to the Third Reich. Only IBM could print billions of punch cards. Only IBM could provide the spare parts, and only IBM could lease these machines, not sell them, and repair these machines and service these machines once a month on site, even if that site was Dachau, Buchenwald, or any other concentration camp. Even if Hitler had amassed millions of these machines, they only had a 2 to 6 week supply of punch cards. If Watson only would have stopped, and I refer now to Thomas J. Watson, the president of IBM, if Watson and IBM had only stopped printing the punch cards, then Hitler's operation would have ground to a halt. Now, no one is saying, and it's important to include this, no one is saying that the Holocaust would not have happened without IBM, because the Holocaust would have occurred under any conditions and any circumstances. In the East, Jews were marched one by one out of town and shot with simple bullets, and they were laid crisscross in tank trenches. It's true, only people killed, not machines. But there was a point when the Nazis understood that they needed a technologic solution to the murder of the Jews, and they stopped shooting them in trenches one by one, and they started gassing them in gas chambers, thousands at a time. That was a technologic improvement. The Reich was organized. Of course, we've all heard of Nazi efficiency, but here we also had American ingenuity. And that American ingenuity was in the name of IBM.